Never do for a child what they can do for themselves. A great quote and a great guidelining principle for educators and also those who are parents. But we start with this little bundle. This little bundle that we do everything for. We make all the decisions and the choices, and it's delightful and exhausting. But we have to move away from that role and change that role as our kids grow. But we can find ourselves still stuck feeling like and thinking we have to make all the decisions, we have to solve all the problems, we have to be the ones getting the school bags ready and remembering and reminding. It's not fun, and we can find ourselves burnt out and exhausted quite quickly. So let's stop. I had to stop and get my mind out of that little infant stage into what are my children capable of and what am I doing here? I don't want them to lend me a hand around the house. I want them to be capable, responsible people who can grow in their capacity and their skills. Here's what I discovered that I had to do. I had to go down the very uncomfortable road of getting comfortable with letting them fail. That's right, I did. Letting them fail and not avoiding failing and mistakes, but embracing it and then helping them with it without shaming or blaming them and helping them recover from mistakes and learn. Secondly, I had to let them struggle. I had to be not too quick to jump in when they were attempting something new, maybe even something a little bit dangerous, like jumping off a mountain, a little hill or something, and also let them struggle with tying up their shoes, not be too quick, because in me being too quick to jump in, I could be saying, you're not capable, you're not clever, you're not able, and I am. And then always waiting for someone to come and rescue them. And then the third thing that I really had to think about is moving from being the telling parent to the coaching parent. When there was a problem, whether they realised it or not, I had to give them their problems and let them start doing some thinking and owning of the problem, so that I was not the one carrying the responsibility for all of their problems and duties and things around the house. And that can range from lots of different things, from having an argument in the house with someone, to forgetting their jobs, to forgetting their school bags, or forgetting to do an assignment, whatever it was. I then had to become the coach. How do I coach them through that? And sometimes, kids would want to come to me, particularly as they get older, and they want to vent and they want to tell you their frustrations and disappointments. And that's okay. That's a place we pay. But if it's a time when they actually want some help, or you feel like they need some help, this is what a quick dialogue can look like as a coach. First of all, switch into gear with your empathy, because empathy will help you stay connected to your child. Let their child's heart remain open to hearing and listening from you. So empathy in your smile, empathy in your tone, like, oh, that sounds tough. Oh, I'm sorry that happened for you. And then go into the next part. The next part could be, would you like to have some ideas of what some children do? Why would we say that? It's because you're not acting like the expert, but you're giving them a reference of what other children might do, or teenagers, or whoever the stage and age that you're applying to. And while I'm here, if you want some help about how you apply this, say, to a 2-year-old, to a 5-year-old, or a 12-year-old, or a 20-year-old, let me know, reach out. I'm happy to talk with you and help you further. So the coaching conversation goes, would you like some help? Would you like some tips, what some children do? And if they say yes, wait for their response and acknowledgement. Offer them a couple of tips, not too many, and maybe even a stupid one. Keep it funny, keep it light. And then let them go and choose, and to ask for them, would that work for you? Which one would you like to choose, and try? Let me know how it goes. It may not work out the first time. They might have to have a couple of goes at it. But looping back around and asking how it goes for them. So turning into a coach rather than the fix-it is also a great way to help your kids. Because remember, we are not creating a clear way for our children to go on in life. We are preparing them for the path that they need to go on, and that they are capable, responsible young people who know they can do hard things as well.